unbelievable that immediately after the declaration of the Biafran government in exile by Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, some elements took to their feet and went back to United States of America to start hanging their pictures. They started hanging their pictures beside, I mean, when we talk about the leaders, the patriotic leaders, the eminence, you know, when we are talking about the prominent, they started hanging their pictures beside. In fact, they took to the extent of them dropping the picture of Odumeji Ojukwu. You know, when I keep telling people that the disappearance of Simon Ekpa is a blessing, the disappearance or the little ordeal Simon Ekpa is currently facing is a blessing. Now we know, now we have been identified. We have identified those who were most planted in the Biafran cabinet. Now let me quickly read this message to you. You can see it on the screen. Now, yes, look at it. Unbelievable. I just uncovered something. I need you to take a close look at the left side of this picture and then tell me, I'm going to post a picture and tell me whose picture was hung among the Biafran leaders. This portrait was recently taken inside the USB administrative office in Maryland, Baltimore, United States of America. Now, not only in the USB license office in Maryland, you can attest to the fact that in every USB license offices worldwide, you can only see 4 pictures of our Biafran leaders hung inside the administrative office, which includes General Philip Effiong, Dim Chukwum Emeka Odumeji Ojukwu, MNK Mazenam Kanu, and then the Prime Minister Obatiobe. Fact check me if you think I got it wrong. Now, can someone to unambiguously explain to me what on earth's sake was the picture of just an appointed finance minister, Mr. Anyogu Isaiah, aka Oge Nkere, hung along with our respected figure? Again, if you're observant enough, you would notice that the picture of our eternal hero, Ojukwu, has been removed and replaced by someone with a double identity, Isaiah Anyogu Oge Nkere. Who exactly is Nkere in the history of Biafra? What sacrifices has he made? What enough to have his picture frame hung alongside our Biafran leaders? This was someone that was just appointed. So why did he place his picture alongside our heroes? The picture of even the interim prime minister isn't even placed alongside our leaders. I can tell you for sure that Prime Minister will never accept this insubordination. What exactly qualified an ordinary finance minister, Oge Nkere, to hang his portrait near our leader's picture? When we tell you that Oge and his traitorous gangs, I mean, these are the Laws, the Oligos and Co., the Sonia Akparawa, you know, wanted to execute a coup d'etat, a civilian coup d'etat, but met a brick wall. I mean, this is a woman of conviction, a woman of steel, Dr. Orabueze, and that's why they are blackmailing the innocent woman. Some of you began calling us names. Can you for a moment ask Oge to explain what gave him the audacity to hang his picture alongside our leaders? This should tell you that these guys had it planned out. Stop the Biafran Declaration Conference in Lati. Don't worry, Obataobie will definitely be out soonest, and only then shall this double agent be flushed out. God bless the Biafran struggle. Now, as a Nigerian who is supporting the Biafran struggle, I am utterly and of course, disgustingly disgraced by this element. These are people who feel they are male chauvinists. These are narcissistic people who believe because they are guys, they can do everything possible to blackmail and bully this young lady, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, who has been a woman of steel, a woman of resource. If you take your time and go into the history of all the critical alliances Simon Ekpa built with so many foreign countries, you will understand that Dr. Ngozi Orabueze have been very instrumental in achieving those relationships. I'm going to post a picture where Orabueze went to meet some very critical figures in the past? Why was the likes of Nkere and Sami Akpara were not sent there? It is simple. It is simply because Simon Ekpa knew her capacity. It is because he knew she was a very key and a prominent and an influential personnel within the cabinet. I am utterly disappointed because why would these elements who are finance, you are the finance minister, and Sonia Akparawa, I can't even remember his unit, his department, will now, instead of working hand in hand with Dr. Ngozi, they are doing everything humanly possible, unangelic. I mean, these are demonic spirits. They are working like demons. They work like village people. They are working like village people, doing everything possible to spoil and tarnish the image of this innocent young lady. I mean, why the haste? Immediately the declaration was made, you went to the office in Baltimore, dropped the picture of Odumeju Ojukwu, placed yourself there. Who are you? Let us look at your historical achievement in this struggle. What have you achieved? You have been nothing but an opportunist. Should we say this is one of the big mistakes Simon Ekpa made, appointing you as a finance minister? I mean, why is it that the blacks will always end up to be the instigators of their own downfall? Do you know how many people look up to Biafra as a nation? There are so many people who believe in the struggle of the Biafra that when Biafra eventually comes, everything that has to do with marginalization, gender inequality, corruption, self-greed will never exist. So many people believe in the Biafran struggle that the Biafra will be a symbolism of what we call communal governance, where people watch over themselves, just as it were in China, just as it is in Japan, just as it is in so many social communism countries, society. Because as an African, we are communal in nature. We have to grow together. But what I'm seeing today is a situation whereby a self-acclaimed, opportunistic, unimportant fellow thinks of himself to be, and he has the temerity to go into the Baltimore office, the Laotian Biafran office, to hang his picture. He didn't even put the COS picture on the wall. All he did was put himself there, pushing himself as a new commander. And these are the people the commander in homeland have been supporting. What is their interest? Is the struggle for money? Is the Biafran struggle a struggle that is out there to swindle the unsuspecting Biafrans who are in diaspora and at home? The doings of Simon Ekpa, the workings of Simon Ekpa was based on sincerity and integrity, transparency and accountability. On several occasions have we seen how Simon Ekpa give accounts of how monies are spent. On several occasions have we seen Simon Ekpa give updates how aids are given to the civilians back home. On several occasions have we seen Simon Ekpa give security personnel, aids. When they are buying machineries, it gives updates. Right? There are reasons why he doesn't allow the finance minister to do all those things. Because you understand, these are people who are just out there. They are hungry vultures who want to reap where they never sowed. These guys, where they never sowed, they want to reap. These guys are rip-offs. They are reapers. So their intention has always been to take the glory. But again, they have been exposed. These are the moles. You know, when you have a situation whereby you are in a gathering of people and then you committed an offense. Let's say, for instance, now you mess. You suppose that you be the one that will perceive it. You are always the one to perceive that awful and poignant smell. Like, who just fart? Meanwhile, you are the one. You know why you did that initially? So that people will not actually point at you. Maybe you are the guy. So you immediately divert attention away from your head. And this is what this Sami Akparawa and Oge Inkere are doing. You can see they immediately came out and started screaming and shouting. Like, hey, this woman, she's making herself this, she's making herself that. When Simon Ekpa appointed her, there's only one thing. I mean, after all, you all, whether you were a minister or anything, everybody was appointed. None of them was elected. All of you, ministerial positions is an appointment position. Even the generals back home, the Ross and the Holy Ghost and Gentle, all of you were all appointed. You were not elected. There have not been any elective position in the Biafran government. Because it has not become a republic. This is a government in exile. It has not become a full-blown administration where people conduct open ballot election or closed ballot election. There's no House of Reps, there are no senators, there are no governors yet. All the governors that we have currently, all of them were just chosen. They were not. Wait, show me the election result now. Show me the polls that was conducted. Show me. Maybe I'm missing something. Show me Inkere, Sami Akparawa. Show me who the election that put you into position to start questioning why Dr. Ngozi, the woman of steel, shouldn't become wary about you guys. Because just few days Simon is away, then the ugly lions are out there trying to devour the sheep. Is that not something to worry about? I mean, these are vultures. These guys are wolves in sheep clothing. They are just after the finance. And I thought the Biafran struggle was a struggle for the emancipation of the black man. It's supposed to be the emancipation of the black man. But this seems to be the emancipation of some greedy wolves, Sami Akparawa and the Oge Inkere and co, for their own financial gains. I am utterly ashamed. I'm unhappy for this. And I hope that the Ngozi does not relent. I mean, what will not kill her will simply make her stronger. Of course, this is her building a capacity. She just have to keep being more transparent, more vocal. And of course, she has to ensure that everybody she has around her right now are people who are worthy to be trusted. Bye for now. The Fulanis have laid their hands on the gas earnings, of course, from Port Harcourt. What's your reaction?
And you see, you know, the funniest thing is that the cause which Simon Ekpa is fighting is just, you know, springing up. Barely how many days. So I don't think there's any other evidence Finland government is needed again to exonerate or free Simon Ekpa or let him off the hook of all the accusation. Because 2-3 days ago, 4 Enugu farmers were disallowed, killed. Let me use the language that people will understand. After all, YouTube knows what actually we are doing. I don't understand. So what cause was he fighting for? Is it not what actually happened in Enugu State? Enugu State farmers that were staying in the farmland slums, all those thatch house built for farmers in the farmland. You can stay there 2-3 days. You can come into the town or communities. They went there and do what? And sent them to their earlier graves. Why? Simon Ekpa, Nigerians presumably believed was apprehended in Finland to stop protecting the Igbos. See, I'm telling you that Finland, being an advanced country, has given me the hope not to give up on what Simon Ekpa is doing. You know why? They are actually aware of Biafra agitation. Because many a times, I mean in the past, the Biafrans in Finland, they often came out, protesting about the inhumanity, activities of Nigerian government against Igbo people. So the current attack, Fulani attack, herdsmen, terrorist attack on Igbos in Enugu axis has actually set Simon Ekpa free from all the accusations, from all the traps and crafty, moves made by Nigerian government using Peter Mba, the governor of the same province, district where Fulani herdsmen attacked farmers and disallowed, killed all of them.
But does he not know that the Fulanis are perfect deceptors who will just use and dump you? Look at, if you look at the history of the Yoruba chronology, how they use Afonja and then dumped him, took over his, they took over his ancestral land.
Till today.
Why are these southern governors,
today?
Are the southeast governors not aware?
Thank you so much. Benefit of political, let me say, stage, political, let me say, arena, political stage, political transactions, going on in Nigeria. The benefit is too succulent, too enticing, too bogus that nobody. It is very, very hard to see somebody like Nnamdi Kanu that could at least resist political benefits of the Fulani hegemonies. They are the one in charge. They are above the Hausas. They are above the Yorubas. They are sitting on top of the Igbos because of Yorubas' alliance with Fulani, because of Hausas' alliance with Fulani, because of Urhobo's alliance with Fulani, Efik, Ibibio, and the rest of the ethnicities in Nigeria, alliance with Fulani. And that is actually what is giving them the overall dynamism.
But how did they achieve that feat? Whereby the Fulanis
centuries.
How did they? Because how is it that Fulanis are using everybody as a stepping stone?
Thank you. Can you listen to me and listen
how
good?
How were they able to outsmart everybody?
Can you listen and listen good? Sir Ahmadu Bello Fulani, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Fulani, the first prime minister of Nigeria. We are talking about 1960. Abubakar Tafawa Balewa was supported by Britain, socialist Britain, the worst colonialist in Africa. They are devilish, they are demonic, they are witches and wizards, they are not Christians. They actually benefited from the pogrom of 1960 to 1970, whereby Igbos were annihilated. Over 7 million Igbos were annihilated. The people that sponsored Gowon military clique, Nigerian military clique led by Gowon, the British sponsored it to the level that many European countries returned their certificates. John Lennon returned his certificate. He said, "Why